All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into the secret nightlife of your brain. We're going to find out what's really going on during that massive chunk of your life you spend, well, completely unconscious.
Think about it. For about a third of your entire life, you are totally out of it, completely offline. But what if I told you that during those exact hours, your brain is one of the busiest places on the planet? Yeah, we're about to uncover the incredible nightlife happening inside your head every single time you close your eyes.
So the first thing we got to get straight is this. Your brain does not just switch off when you fall asleep. It's not resting at all. It's actually kicking into a super active, really organized renovation phase. So don't think of it like powering down your laptop. It's more like that laptop is running a massive, critical, system-wide maintenance and software update program, all while you're sleeping.
So okay, how does this all actually work? Let's take a little trip through the stages of sleep and see what kind of crucial work your brain is up to while you're totally oblivious. You know, this whole process is unbelievably structured. It's not random. In a cycle that lasts about 90 to 120 minutes, your brain moves through 4 very different stages. First, you've got stage 1. You're just drifting off. Then stage 2, where memory sorting starts to happen. After that, you hit stage 3. That's the really deep sleep, for physical repair. And finally, you get to the famous REM sleep. That's where all the dreaming and complex memory work goes down. And get this, you do that whole cycle 4 or 5 times every single night.
Okay, let's zoom in on one of the most incredible discoveries in neuroscience, really. What exactly happens during that deep, stage 3 sleep? Well, this is when your brain's dedicated cleaning crew punches the clock and gets to work. So I want you to meet the glymphatic system. It was discovered pretty recently, and honestly, it's a marvel of biological engineering. The best way to think about it? It's literally a microscopic dishwasher for your brain. It uses this special stuff called cerebral spinal fluid to wash away all the toxic gunk and waste that builds up while you're awake and using your brain all day.
So here's how this brainwash works. It's wild. During that super deep stage 3 sleep, your brain cells actually shrink. They get smaller. This opens up all these channels between them, which lets that spinal fluid rush in and flow way more freely. It washes right through the tissue, picks up all the garbage, and then drains it all out of the brain. It's an incredibly powerful and efficient flush cycle.
And what's it cleaning out exactly? Some really nasty stuff. The glymphatic system is specifically designed to target toxic proteins like amyloid beta and tau. And if those names sound familiar, they should, because their buildup is directly linked to neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. So this is huge. This nightly cleaning isn't just about waking up feeling refreshed, it's about actively protecting your brain for the long haul.
But the cleanup crew is only half the story. Beyond just cleaning, your brain is also taking on this incredibly complex job of information management. It's basically acting like a master librarian for all your memories.
And this part is just fascinating. Sleep doesn't just help you remember things. It also helps you forget. It's doing this incredible balancing act. On one side, it's taking all the important information from the day, the signal you could call it, and it's strengthening those memories, locking them in for long-term storage. But on the other side, it's actively getting rid of all the useless, irrelevant data, the noise, to make sure your brain doesn't just get clogged up with junk.
There's this quote from a research paper that just nails it. During sleep, we remember to forget. It perfectly captures this idea. Forgetting isn't just a mistake or your memory failing. No, it's an active, organized, and absolutely essential process that happens while you sleep. It's what keeps your mind sharp and ready to learn something new the next day.
Okay, so if sleep is doing all of this critical renovation work, what happens when we mess with it? What happens when we cut it short? Well, let me tell you, the consequences are a lot more serious than just feeling a little groggy in the morning.
Remember that glymphatic cleaning system? Well, when you don't get enough of that deep sleep, it just can't do its job. The toxic proteins start to build up night after night. And the data here is, well, it's pretty stark. Johns Hopkins research shows that chronic sleep deprivation is linked to a 33% increased risk of developing dementia. That's a huge number.
And it's not just your brain that takes a hit. Your heart and your whole cardiovascular system depend on that nightly downtime to regulate and repair. When you consistently cut that short, the risk of developing heart disease can jump by a staggering 48%. Just think about that.
And then there's your immune system. Just look at this drop-off. Without enough sleep, it gets absolutely hammered. The activity of your natural killer cells, these are the frontline soldiers that fight off infections and even tumors. It can plummet by an average of 72%. 72! To put it in real-world terms, you're basically 3 times more likely to catch a cold if you're sleep-deprived.
So yeah, the data is clear. And frankly, it's a little scary. But here's the good news, and it's really good news. You have a ton of control over this. You can actively help your brain do its essential nightly work.
And we're not talking about some complicated biohacking here. This is all about simple, fundamental sleep hygiene. Things like keeping a consistent sleep schedule, even on the weekends, that trains your body clock. Or turning off those screens at least an hour before bed to protect your natural sleep hormones. And of course, avoiding big meals or caffeine late at night, and making sure your bedroom is cool, dark, and quiet. These are simple things, but when you do them consistently, they can make a huge difference in the quality of your brain's nightly renovation.
So look, every single night, your brain is trying to run this incredible masterpiece of cleaning, repair, and organization. It's a work of art. The only question is, are you giving it a worthy stage to perform on? Because when it comes down to it, prioritizing sleep, it isn't a luxury. It's one of the most powerful, proactive things you can possibly do for the health of your mind and your body, not just for tomorrow, but for all the decades to come.